Good evening, Plum here. Not playing Water Tanks, doing a head-to-head video, as the thumbnail obviously describes. What's a head-to-head video, Plum? If you've never seen one before, a head-to-head is where I put two replays of very equal standing in terms of XP, damage, maybe tanks killed, maybe not. Depends on the kind of match you have, I guess, but certainly on XP. Very, very similar matches. Same tier, same class of vehicle. So we're in tier 6 tanks this evening. And we are going to be following around the first game with DJ05er. There's probably a way of saying that that's really cool, but I'm just too old to work that out. So I'm just going to call him DJ. And he's playing in his T-37. I think this is a very respectable little tank. I've obviously got one and I play it, and it's very, very good. It gets around. One way of summing it up, it gets around the map really, really well. So we're going to follow DJ for the first game here and see what he can do. Now obviously on paper he has a very good game. So he spotted a T29, he spotted an ARL-44, excuse my squeaky chair, it's a new chair, shouldn't really squeak but it does. Unable to pen that guy from that kind of range. We are firing the standard ammunition. At the moment we have got 15 rounds of APCR, should we need it. Move down here to the southwest corner of Sand River, and now we're shooting into the sides of some tanks. He's been detected. I wouldn't sit there much longer, mate. Very, very good move. Now he is platooned. His platoon mate is also in a T-37. You can see him just in the middle of the map at Foxtrot 4-5 area of the map. They appear to be both trying to work over this town. His friend's just taken a big old hit. Hit points do tend to dwindle away pretty quickly in this T-37. You only get 680. That KV-13 over there, 1020 hit points. But those are the advantages and disadvantages of certain tanks. You just gotta roll with it. Play to your tank's strengths. And holy cow! How did he not damage a track? Decides to go for a screaming run. Very wise not to sit still. Point of note is I've not watched this replay, as on all my head-to-heads. I just watch them for that immediate reaction to things, like just then. Holy cow! I had no idea he was going to do that flying leap. How he didn't lose a track. I've done much smaller jumps at similar velocities. I always lose a track. I guess you've got to be landing those things absolutely square. T29, we've got a very quick reload of 3 seconds basically, so this is going to be over very quickly for this T29. He really needs to turn his gun on us, but he bounces. That's unlucky. Finally gets that T29. 3, and they've lost 3, we've lost 2, so we're doing okay. This is just regular game of tanks, so it's flags or kill the enemy team. ARL-44 is not looking at us. God, there was a little glimmer between those two buildings and he was able to nail it. Are you being looked at by the SU? 2 kills now for DJ. Certainly rocking this manoeuvrability of his little tank. Getting around the map very, very nicely. Thank you very much. Leading the charge once again. You look behind him on the mini-map. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 heavy tanks all behind him. And he's going toe to toe with a Tiger 1. Ouch, that hurt. That hurt to the sum of 231 hit points. Get around his gun. I trust his AMX M4 has got line of sight, and probably his IS2, I hope. Yep, nice big hit in from something. Hope his enemy, hopefully his own team's not about to hit him. Tiger 1's being worked over nicely. Keep him still for his teammates to shoot. Thank goodness. Managed to pluck that Tiger 1 out of the sand dunes and kill him. Now that engagement, he's lost most of his hit points doing that. So was it wise? I think he's lucky to be alive, frankly. We've completely relocated, which is the terrific thing about light tanks in this game. You can just 30 seconds, you're nowhere where you were, and the map indicator is completely wrong when the enemy team looks at it. Oh, beautiful. Oh, that's unusual. You would think, that was going to be a pretty sweet kill then. Could have tracked him in place. 3 seconds later, could have killed him. Ooh, the IS on 94 hit points. What's my criteria for who's going to win between these two replays? Simply put, which replay I enjoy more. It's easy to judge these things on numbers. There's always a winner on numbers, but that's not what it's about. We're just watching a game of tanks, having a good time. Seeing what this guy can do. Likes getting his air. I can appreciate that.
Ready to fire. Target unlocked.
Taking his time now on this KV2. 2 more hits. Go on, 6 seconds. 6 seconds from now and that guy's dead. 1 more. Oh, he nearly got that kill. 2 enemy tanks left. It looks like this is going to be a win for the team. Good game of tanks here. He's got around the map. He's picked his engagements. Tiger 1 maybe could have had a slightly better result against Tiger 1. I'm not sure what he could have done differently. I suppose he could have paused a bit in the buildings and waited for his team to catch up a little bit so there's a bit more support close to hand. And that Tiger 1 could have been dealt with a little bit more quickly. Wow! That was a snapshot. That's got to feel good. You think you're having a good game and you get that at the end and you just think, yeah, that was really good. Let's email it to somebody. He emailed it to me. That's the game. Tough one to beat. Right, let's roll over into the next match and see what they can do. So here we are with the second game. This is also a tier 6 medium tank. It was a light tank before. Yeah, I'm going to roll with it anyway. It's late and I wasn't concentrating. I just... no. We're going to roll with it anyway. They both got very similar scores and they're both tier 6. This is a first. No, it's not a first. I think I did a heavy tank and a medium tank before. It's not a hard and fast rule that they've got to be the same class of tank. Just the same tier. So we're not deviating too far. Yeah. Anyway. This is Zeta Phoenix. His clan's the C_Sun clan. C-Sun clan. And he's in a platoon, so that makes it fair. And he's in the T-34-85, the Ruddy, or the Rudy. And his teammate is also in a Rudy. And we're going to get some shots on a PZ4S, who's going to get hit a lot, I think, in this first few moments of the game. Yeah, you're having a bad game when you get pummeled right at the very start. I think we know what that feels like. Now I think it was this replay where he does mention that he's having a bit of trouble with his mouse at the start of the game, or was that another replay? He did say he had to flaff around at the start of it trying to get it to work properly, so that may be what's going on here. Anyway, the team has completely ignored the north of the map. And we do not want to be up here right now, that KV2 and that T150 down there. Luckily, they've completely ignored us. Trying to get an outline on one of these guys. Managed to get some damage on the KV2. That KV2 is awfully exposed over there. Now we can get shots on the T150 if we're lucky. Come on, come on. Yep, good stuff. Zeta or Zeta, depends where you hail from, is getting the hurt down. He's probably just told his buddy, come over here and shoot at these tanks. They're absolute sitters. They're so focused on what's to the south, they're just ignoring these guys. So we're pressing up. As long as the whole team is almost in agreement that this is the play, then they should just keep pushing hard. Rather than let themselves get circled, corralled in by the enemy team. They really should just push hard and wipe out these tanks as quickly as possible, so when the enemy team does show up from the north, they've got superiority of numbers. BK's just had enough. He's like, I want to get out of here, and I don't think he's going to make it. No, his teammate Tuor Elensa. Tuor Elen. On purpose, I swear to God. KB85 time. He's out in the open. That's a good hit. We are opening ourselves up, I think, to some counter fire, but it didn't come. Good to see these two platoon mates sticking together. And we've got a Leopard 1 approaching our artillery and a couple more tanks. There's another Rudy and a T-34. It looks like we're probably going to lose our artillery. Yeah. Just counting down the seconds now until the artillery gets taken out. The Matilda, he's out in the open. I think we're going to take another shot, assuming he's still there. Can't believe he's not taking any hits from the right hand side of the map. This is good if his teammate's still around. No, his teammates died. I didn't even notice that happen. Ouch, that's a big hit from the KV-85. Managed to get the reload. Oh, there's a Jackson over there. Get out of his line of sight. We do not want to take hits from a TD with that many hit points. 223 left. There's a Rudy. Need a consensus on this. What's it called? Should really go with what they call it on the TV show. I've never seen it, so don't know. I'm going to go Rudy, since it sounds more like a name for a tank. I like all the little handprints around the name. Looks kind of cool. I suppose one of them's a paw print. Don't own it, don't know. Okay, Jackson's still got quite a few hit points. It's going to take at least 3 hits to wipe him out. Team's spread out quite a lot. Kind of got a mini platoon over there of a Firefly and a Nashorn. This is a bit tricky now. We've got one more tank than they do. They do have artillery, however, so he could be a one-shot for artillery. Or one-shot for any of those TDs they've got. I think he's waiting for the KV-2 to move up. Get a little bit of fire support. Okay, we're pushing up. This is a 9.8 replay, by the way. Previous one was a 9.7. I do have them going back to 9.2. That's good stuff. Had the Jackson guessing then which way they were coming from. Right, you can get one more going there now. Suddenly that Jackson has gone from nearly full health, or maybe he was, down to nothing. Now he's dead. Good job, team. Now we're getting into a strong position. We've got 3 kills. You know, so far these two games have been very, very similar in terms of how I'm enjoying them. Both tanks have been getting around their maps respectively, getting the hurt down when necessary. Not being dumb, not being stupid, just playing sensibly. I think he's hoping he's out of the view range. I think he'd be lit up, wouldn't he, by the SU? I'm surprised he was able to get across there without taking any damage at all, but he's going to go around for the flanks. This is showing some very smart play. If you can encircle all these tanks, he's not going to sit there and take a shot. He's definitely going to keep moving. Does not want to be caught out in the open, like so many of the tanks we saw in the centre of the map just a few minutes ago. It's not a game where you want to be caught out in the open, frankly. KV-2, so they're kind of entrenched. Now we're outnumbered. They've taken more of our tanks out, so it's 3 against 4 now. They've got 2 heavies, a TD and an artillery piece. We've got 2 medium tanks and a heavy. KV-2's in position to take shots, I believe. Firefly's not in position to do anything. He has only got 53 hit points. Come on, KV-2. Land on that SU. He did. Brilliant. Oh, good stuff. Totally worked over that SU-100 like a team. Good to see. 4 kills now for Zeta. KB2's in chat saying he can't spot them because of his view range. And we do need the support of the KV2 because we don't have the hit points to get into a fight. Got to bring this KV1 towards us. KV1S. Is he going to be stupid enough to come out here? Come on, KV2, land a shot, KV2. KV1S completely donks his shot and hopefully we can outturn him. Come on, gun. Come on, gun. Oh, this must feel so good when you're in that position. You know you've got him. Ooh, he came over that ridge with a hell of a lot more hit points than we had. Didn't get any support from the KV2, and yet still we managed to kill him. Very solid play. KV2 gives his nod of appreciation to Zeta in chat, which is really nice to see. We're sharing lots of love and hugs between teammates. The M41 looks like he wants to kill us. Is this going to be a very swift end for us? Come on, Firefly, it's your turn. I think the Firefly's going to take one in the face for the team. Come on, Firefly. He does it. The Firefly takes one in the face. It's all over. The artillery can do nothing about this, and we get I'm preempting this. How quick's the reload on one of these things? Not quick enough. We managed to get Top Gun. A well-deserved victory for Zeta Bionics in his Rudy tank. Right, let's go over to the scores and pick a winner. So welcome to the results screen. On the left, first game we had with DJ in his T-37, the light tank. And on the right hand side of the screen we've got Zeta Bionics in his T-3485 Rudy, the medium tank. Slight snafu there with the normal rules for playing the game, but yeah, we'll just roll with it because they were actually quite similar games in the end, both tier 6s. Anyway, you can see that Zeta did engage and deal out the hurt to many more tanks than DJ did. Let's take a look at the scores and the team scores, but first of all they both got their mastery badges for those performances, and obviously both got high caliber as well, which is great to see. Team scores. And base XP, DJ managed to pick up 1447, which is double the next player on his team, so that was a great performance. And Zeta was able to pick up 1529 base XP, which not quite double the next best player in his team, so there was a little bit more maybe help on his team, but looking at those figures, next best player was 839, then it drops down to 571. So yeah, you can probably still say it was one heck of a carry really. Even though he's double the next best player, there were several which were half his XP, so still a good result though, either way you look at it. Which one did I prefer watching? I think I probably enjoyed Zeta Bionics in his T-3485 Rudy on this occasion. I enjoyed the way he got around the map, picked his targets, dealt damage to his targets, but particularly the end of the game. Well, it is the one with the broken mouse. Down here at the bottom it says he broke his mouse and he's trying his best to cope with it, and trying to get in and out in the first minute of the game and figuring out what zoom was going on. Anyway, so not only did he play it with a broken mouse, he managed to do everything he did. And yeah, I liked it at the end when the which tank was it? Came over that ridge and he just worked him over a tree with no help from anyone. I think it was the KV-85. It was one of the KVs on that enemy team, which is really good to see. And pulled out a big win in the end. DJ's game also very good. I'm not quite sure how he could have done things differently with the Tiger, but the snapshot at the very end against the Hellcat, it was just like, yeah, whatever, bang. That was really, really cool. So both games very enjoyable. Thanks for sending them in. Please send in your replays. I do need more. The more I have, the more choice I can, the closer I can match the two games. What picked these two out for me was the XP, really, the 1447 and the 1529. I can see that this game was better on numbers, but often I have found I've picked the game that did not have as high numbers, because that is not always the whole truth in these matters. So cut me some slack. Anyway, keep your heads down, drink plenty of water, and I'll play tanks again soon. Take care. Bye.